Stay Gold is the third studio album by Swedish indie folk duo First Aid Kit. The album was produced by Mike Mogis, who worked on the band's previous album, The Lion's Roar. The album was released on June 6, 2014 in mainland Europe and the following week elsewhere. According to an interview in Swedish TV webpage, the album is more about their own life than their previous ones. That one has to learn appreciate what is and that all flows, that nothing stays. Stay Gold introduced new elements to First Aid Kit's music, such as a 13-piece orchestra. Their previous albums had been produced in such a way that would allow the band to perform with 3 people on stage, however these limitations have been lifted to give the band a bigger, more fulfilling sound. Critical reception: the album is well received by most music critics, gaining an overall Metacritic score of 79, indicating generally favorable reviews. Scott Kerr of AllMusic noted that the album is noticeably more expansive than any of their previous work, and has a rich texture of classic country instrumentation and stirring string arrangements, matching their soaring vocal melodies. The music review site Music.omh complimented on the larger sound that came from the band utilizing more instruments, as well as the sisters' newfound, beefed-up timbres. It also described the album as perfectly poised to knock you for 6 this summer. Andy Gill of The Independent judged the album an engaging, youthful and thoughtful folk rock, although James Hall of The Daily Telegraph thought the album closer to country than folk, and wondered if it a unregistered trademark aimed at cracking the United States. Stephen M. Dissner of Pitchfork thought that the Tsar paragraph Durberg's sisters remain romantics in an unromantic world, not only writing lyrics about fighting the good fight but making the kind of wide-eyed, a 70s-tinged folk rock that thrives on soaring vocals, warm harmonies, big choruses, and heart-on-sleeve lyrics. He also considered the album certainly their grandest and arguably their most consistent release to date. Leonie Cooper of NME thought that the duo had mastered the art of sophisticated sadness, and carefully crafted a tender batch of songs that disarm not only with their beauty but also their honesty. A few critics however gave the album a mixed review. Randall Roberts of the Los Angeles Times found that the group often sounds more derivative than it does inspired, not helped by its clumsy lyrics. On July 10, Billboard listed My Silver Lining as one of the 10 best songs of 2014 in their mid-year Music 2014 list. Track listing: the lengths are from iTunes. All songs written by Clara and Johanna Tsar paragraph Durberg. Credits: Clara Tsar paragraph Durberg, vocals, guitar, percussion, Johanna Tsar paragraph Durberg, vocals, keyboard, auto harp, percussion, Benkt Tsar paragraph Ruderberg, bass, percussion, Nicholas Lindstra paragraph M, drums, percussion, Brian Sherwood, viola, Jeffrey King, violin, Mike Mogis, bass, percussion, pedal steel, saxophone, electric guitar, lap dulcimer, mandolin, programming, auto harp, acoustic guitar, Nathaniel Walcott, piano, organ, electric piano, trumpet, Paul Ledwin, cello, Susanna Gilmore, violin, Ben Bradin, mellotron, vibraphone, John Klingemer, clarinet, bass clarinet, Leslie Fagan, flute, alto flute, Anna Tsar paragraph Durberg, percussion, Isaac Tsar paragraph Durberg, percussion, Dan Fletcher, violin, Frank Sligman, violin, Judy Davis, viola, Juliet Yoshida, violin, Keith Planet, violin, Phyllis Duncan, violin, Scott Shoemaker, violin, Thomas Kludge, viola, Tim Strang, cello, Tracy Dunn, violin, Will Clifton, upright bass, produced, mixed and engineered by Mike Mogis at ARC Studios, Omaha, NE, assistant engineer, Ben Bradin, mastered by Doug Van Slaan at Focus Mastering. Charts: the album debuted at number 1 on the Swedish album chart. Staying within the top 3 of the chart, it sold gold record already at the end of August. It also debuted at number 11 on the UK album chart, with 11,281 copies sold in its first week. References